It's the 14th of February 2019. I'm David Griffin and I'm here at Ashover and I'm talking to
Bernie Maher.
Bernie. We've spent several hours, it seems, sitting here in the glorious sunshine, middle of February. Can't believe we're outdoors. But we've talked at length about your cricketing career.
Yeah.
But I'd just like to touch now on your life after cricket. You became subsequently an England international in the field of fly fishing.
That's right, yeah.
Which is something I know nothing about. So can you perhaps just enlighten me? How did you get involved in fishing or angling to start with?
Well, as usual, I finished, as most people, I finished when I was a kid, and then you have the big break. I just concentrated on cricket, totally cricket, you know. And then back in the 80s, early 80s, I started fishing again. It was like relaxation. Because you know, when you're in the dressing room, if you don't, you know, I used to read a bit, but you get bored with that. You watch the game, and it's just getting away. And remember, the thing that happens, you know, you've got a finite time in cricket. I know Paul Alder's he's just a hip operation, and I've got two artificial knees now, metal knees, caused by the running and the training, and you know, got implants and things. So by playing abroad, I mean, I had 8 seasons in New Zealand and 2 in South Africa, and it's back-to-back seasons, and all the running and the training, and you mentally get fatigued as well. So that's why the 12-month contracts are good. They can say, look, you know, you don't go away this year, have a bit of time off, and come back fully charged. But what I found was I started fishing in New Zealand, and it just got me, the mojo came back. I started doing it again. And then I remember being in a dressing room. I used to coarse fish, which is like you fish with bread and maggots, roach and rudd. A guy, Richard Williams from North Hants, we had some rain, and he came in and got talking to me about fishing. And he said, look, have you tried fly fishing? This is 1985 or 86. And I just fell in love with it. I went out to Rutland Reservoir with him, and I just started doing it. And then, like everything else, you learn your trade, you learn, you know, tying your own flies and about fishing and different rods and casting. And in 1993 I'd been fishing for a number of years. I took my APJI exams for teaching fishing, and then at that time I was competing.
And is competition all about the weight of catch?
It can be, yeah. Without boring you too much, there's boat fishing, there's now bank fishing, and there's river fishing. Right, and there are 3 different competitions. In the boats, it's weight, so you fish in a boat for 6 hours, and it's the weight you get. You can catch a certain number, and after you've caught that number, you then get a time bonus, which is added. Okay, and there's 20 or 30 different competitions. In bank fishing, which is reasonably new, it's done on the length, centimetre. You get a number for the fish you caught and a centimetre length. And in river fishing, it's the same. You basically have a controller, and that's the hard one to get in. Now, if you get to the point where you're able to compete in the national finals, and then by chance in 2005 I won the English national down at Buell in Kent on Buell Reservoir, and so I got an England cap. And then by chance a guy called Bob Church, he said, do you want to come fish reserve for the Commonwealth second team? And one of the chaps dropped out, so I was fishing for the Commonwealths and it was in Wales. And then the next time after that, because I'd done well, I won the river part of the competition. I got selected to go to New Zealand, and we got the team silver medal there. And then the rest is history. And I carried on doing the other competitions, because there's the Commonwealth team, then there's a team it's selected for called the World team, there's a team selected called the European team, and you have to have now what's called a Rivers cap, and that's the hard one to get, because there's only 5 or 6 people get them every year. And as usual, you've got the top players. There's always 2 or 3 anglers that always come, just that good. They always come in the top 2 or 3. It's not luck, it's skill. And then this year I just got selected to fish in the European team in Montenegro, but I'm reserve. So I'm basically going to help them out, and if someone drops out, I'm travelling with them.
Yeah.
It's possible I could fish a session or two, but doubtful. And so I fished in Tasmania against Chris Bassano.
Right, yeah. Former Derbyshire batsman.
Former Derbyshire batsman. He actually is a fantastic angler. He is, Chris, and he actually won the individual, and Australia won the gold. That was in Tasmania 4 years ago, and England we were fourth in the last up to the last day, and we got second. We got a silver medal. So I've got five medals, Commonwealth medals, and hopefully I'll get picked for New Zealand, which is coming up in February, March next year.
Did your sporting background as a cricketer, do you think, have any knock-on effect, positive knock-on effect to being a successful fisherman?
I think what does help. I remember was I roomed with the captain on my debut, and that was fishing for England against in the home international down at Graffham, and he couldn't believe how calm I was in the morning.
Right.
So you are nervous. It is like it's a team. It's a bit like the Ryder Cup.
Yes.
If you have a bad day, you let the team down. And I said, well, when you've got people trying to kill you every morning when you're a batsman, this is a bit different. If you get hit in the arm, it will break it, or you'll get your jaw broken or whatever. And you've got that every day nearly when you're playing.
28,000 at Lords baying for blood.
Or you're going to Hove or Lords or whatever. You've got people and with a new ball and they're trying to hit you. I said, well, it's a bit different. You're not going to, so I said that's a different. I said, but it does help. You kind of like focus, just how you focus and stuff, how you practice. People think fishing's it's just luck. You put a fly in the water. It's not. It's how you fish it. And always the top. If you have 20 top anglers in England and you fish with 100 people, the top 20 will be in the 30 top positions every time.
Yeah. And where do you go from here in terms of your angling career? I mean, you've clearly had a successful one, and playing for England. But is it something you just keep doing?
No, I mean, I probably got another maybe 2 to 3 years,
right.
And then I'll say enough. And if I'm good enough, you know when to hang when to hang the gloves up or put the bat away. And I mean, I'm getting close to it now, but it's experience keeps me going. I'm still fit enough to charge around, and I'm good at wading and things like that. I can cast well. But maybe then I'll start helping some youngsters and things. I mean, I do here. I teach quite a bit, but it does. You do get a definite buzz out of fishing, and just the little changes and things you do. But the thing being that as you get older, you've got other responsibilities. You can't fish as much socially in a pleasure form, and then it's a little X factor you lose. You have a little. It's a little thing you have.
Yep.
You make. It's hard to describe, but you'll on a river in a match situation. Your plan A won't work. Your plan B won't work. You're fishing over 3 days, and sometimes on the same bit of river that someone else has fished, and you'll go, "Oh, I remember a couple of weeks ago I was doing this. I'll try that method." And you need that X factor just to make the change at the right time. It's hard to describe, but there is similarities in a way, but definitely angling. What I found was when I got out, I used to get my fishing books, and I used to sit down. I could sit in the dressing room, relax, and and I'd go. If we were playing away, I'd have a book, Angling Times book. We've got Worcester or Kidderminster, so I'd go there. So I'd no team talk, get my gearing, and off I'd go and go fishing. And I fished once at. Back in 86, I was fishing at the Diglis Hotel.
Oh right.
And the lads knew I was going fishing, so I fished right in the back of the hotel, Diglis Hotel, near Diglis Weir. Yeah. So I got my gear out, and the next thing I know, there's about 90 bricks went in. There wasn't a fish.
Really?
Wasn't a fish in Worcester. All the lads threw bricks over.
Because of course most cricketers carry golf clubs, don't they?
Yeah.
Play golf as well, Bernie?
I did. I just found, for me, if I was having a bad run, I'd play golf. I used to do it for fitness, and I carried my clubs around rather than using a trolley because it was good for fitness. But I just found, for me, it's absolutely critical. You balance your head, and I found the golf, your head's over, and I just found it. Sometimes I was falling over, so I didn't used to play too often. But it's a great game. If you're having a bad run and you get hitting the ball, fantastic.
And looking back at it all now, if you could have one day from your cricket career, you could repeat it, which one would it be? Perhaps Hampshire in the final, but we bowl first.
Yeah, I'd probably have. No, I think the one day was 126 against New Zealand.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. That ball that hit off Jeremy Coney.
Great moment.
Yeah, that was lovely. And again, I loved. Other than, people go back and say I loved every minute of cricket. I'd say other than 1985, which was personally with my dad and my dad dying and my mum it was a time, 3 weeks of being diagnosed with having cancer, and they found it wasn't. It was a big stroke and all that. That was a horrible year, and I was all set to do other stuff then. I thought, right, well, you're giving it a go, and then I just after that you come back and you think, well, like I said, you're either going to sink or swim, and you just get back on the horse and go, right, I'll give it a go there, and that's why I didn't go out much. I trained really hard. I used to work hard anyway, but especially hard. I used to start a new year, and I used to run and train and catch and bat in the nets, and then with fishing it's the same. I just moved on afterwards. You got to realise after you finish playing that the game doesn't last forever, and you get older and you're not able to do it. You can do it for a while, but you get injuries and. And then there's always people coming up, like Carl Cricken, very, very good keeper, natural keeper, brilliant. People talk about his hands, but he was a really good, very good mover on his feet. Great, that's the thing with him. He had really quick feet, and he moved, and he was a wonderful, wonderful keeper. No regrets. But I think that the 100 against New Zealand, and I got 100 against Surrey, and I nearly got 100 in the second innings. I was out for 80 something. That would have been good 200s. But good times, very, very good times.
And you're clearly incredibly busy with your fishing, with both the business and your representative stuff.
Yeah.
But to what extent can you still, or do you still follow cricket from afar, or do you get close up occasionally?
I sometimes go to the county ground early season, and I just park in my car and just watch from my car. And I always watch the test matches. I get invited to, I go to Trent's Bridge occasionally, but I find it very hard to watch on the side. I have to be behind the arm, so I can watch how the batsman plays and what the bowlers do.
Your entire life has been spent in line with the stumps, hasn't it? Either as a batsman or a
that's why I can't believe how many mistakes they make with this reviews.
Yeah.
As a keeper, instantly that's out, and I can't believe how the ball's going missing leg by a good 2 or 3 inches, and the keeper's got it wrong. I don't understand that. Yeah.
Well, Bernie, it's been fascinating listening to you. You clearly have had a wonderful and fulfilling life in cricket.
I'd have played for nothing. Played for nothing.
Well, that's a wonderful testament, I guess, to the game.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a pleasure to hear your stories and recollections.
Yeah.
Bernie Maher, thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Indeed.
Thank you.